Alright, warriors, it is me, NorthernxRush, and we are here with a new video for you today featuring the new For Honor hero, Sohei. I think is how you say it, Sohei. They're a samurai monk that uses 7 different weapons. That's right, 7 different weapons to display their combat prowess on the battlefield. We're going to be doing a quick little rundown on the character, show the kit, show off some of the fashion, and get you guys ready before the new hero comes out tomorrow. Special thanks again to Ubisoft for coming through with the early access in order to obtain this footage. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the action and take a look at Sohei. So, right out the gate, we can see that Sohei is a Souls Resource Weapons Master. They do have 7 weapons that they kind of swap between with each of their attacks and build up what's called soul charges, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let's take a look at the fashion. You will notice that there is something new called photo mode. That's something new that's coming out this patch. It enables you to take photos with different filters and, get a little artsy with it. So let's take a look at some of the armors here. There's actually 6 different armors with a variation each, so that's 12 total. You'll notice some of the helmets here have color changing hair that will change based off of your color palette or even your material color, and a lot that'll change the color of the helmet as well. Alright, let's take a look at some of the chest pieces here. We'll kind of just go through these one by one. Lots of really cool traditional Japanese garb here. Lots of cool, like, bright pieces, lots of gold. Pretty big fan of most of it. Alright, so that's that. Let's take a look at some of the arms here. There's a lot of ones with really cool tattoos on them. There's like whole sleeve tattoos, and then there's some that just have like little pieces here and there. So yeah, that's that. Lots of cool Japanese tattoos, lots of cool colors. Let's take a look at some of the weaponry. I think that one's my favorite. The red looks really nice. I'm noticing a lot of these are based off of animal figures. I wonder if they have to do with like animal spirits or something like that. Otherwise, a lot of them look really brutal, man. All right, let's have a good look at some of these shafts. A lot of times this can make or break the way a weapon looks, so let's check them out. All right, let's move on to the hilts. Lots of different hilts here as well. Some of them fit a lot better with some than others do, but feel free to mix and match, you know, that's what makes it fun. All right, let's take a look at some of the perks that come with Sohei. Looks like he has Shields Up, Aegis, Devourer, Endurance, Survival Instinct, Headhunter, and Fresh Focus. They do have some of the heavy perks, but they don't have all the heavy perks, it looks like, so I'm glad to see that. Otherwise, this character would be even more scary than they already are, and we're going to go over that in just a moment. But before that, let's take a look at some of the executions that come with Sohei on day one. The Throat Tickler. This one's pretty quick, efficient, brutal. I like it. Let's give you guys the other perspective, too. Alright, this one's called Face Meets Metal. It's a little bit slower. I like it, though. Not bad. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Super brutal, though. Here's the perspective on that one. Alright, this one is actually called Sukiyari, I think is how you say it. But this one's probably my favorite one. There's just something so powerful about it, you know? Man's is just shot up full of arrows, just keeps walking at him. Kind of gives him like a inhuman sort of vibe, you know? Alright, this one's called the Mercy Kill. I actually like this one quite a bit, too. I like the last two over the first two, in my opinion. But, you know, let me know down in the comments which one's your favorite. Alright, let's take a look at some of the signatures here. We got Brush Off the Battle. And the Victory Juggle. That's personally my favorite one. Then we'll take a look at some of the emotes we got on deck here. A Worthy Opponent. Hell with It. This one's my favorite. Sheath in Style. And Face Your Demons. Man's just pulled out a baseball bat. And Flight Controller. I know everyone's going to love this one. All right, and then for combat emotes, we have Did I Break It? I Challenge You. Getting Warmed Up. a lot to carry. Eyes on the enemy. And what you gonna do when Sohei Mania runs on you? And then for feats, we have Tier 1, Eye of the Demon. Target an enemy to apply a defense debuff to them. For Tier 2, they have the Soul Soother. Consume all your souls to fully heal. Requires 6 souls. We'll get more into that later. And then Tier 3, we have the Ancillary Might. Gain an attack buff upon acquiring 6 souls, and it stays until you use or lose your souls. And then for the Tier 4, we have Soul Waker. Gain all souls when activated, and if you'll remember, that will give you a damage buff from your Tier 3, and you'll be able to heal yourself with the Tier 2, so yeah. Alright, well let's get into a little bit of gameplay here, kind of go over how the kit works a little bit. We're not going to go too far in depth with it. I'm sure somebody else is probably making a more in-depth analysis of the kit, but Sohei is a heavy, both in size and speed, as you can tell. His kit is based around a light and a heavy combo. And you can use your big zone attack to reset the chain. So you kind of just go into a team fight. You can throw a light, you can throw a heavy, and then you can use your zone to reset that chain. And as you can see, the zone is kind of his most powerful weapon when it comes to team fighting and maybe even anti-gank. But his real bread and butter comes from his 7-4 strike, and this is what it's all about right here. So you want to get the 7 charges, the 7 souls, and you do that by hitting guard break and then 3 lights, or guard break and 3 heavies. Basically, you want to try and use all of your weapons to get those 7 souls, and then you just bash zone. Here, let me see if I can get it here. Bash zone. And yes, your eyes did not deceive you. That was not a glitch in the Matrix. That was 95 damage. Yes, we'll revisit that in a moment. But yeah, his mid zone clear is basically just a zone light. You could probably throw 2 extra lights, but you can easily kill 31 minions and get 31 renown for your team just by doing zone lights. That's what I figured out anyway. But yeah, Sohei's kind of, you gotta be careful when you're fighting him, because if he lands those, he has an unblockable that can come out from heavy, and if he gets all those 7 charges, well, we'll showcase it again. You can literally just, run from the team fight. Maybe someone's back capping you. Boom. Just like that. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, that does say 119 damage. Yeah, go ahead and rewind it. Pause it if you need to. Because you have the Tier 3 buff. And then you just, use your Tier 4 to activate it again. Run back over there. Bash zone. And there it is. Yeah. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be wonderful. I'm very excited to see how people feel about this character. His kit's not super deep, in my opinion. He's got a lot of weapons to use. And you can use an unblockable. You have different unblockables from the sides. There is actually one of his weapons does bleed. But yeah, overall the unblockables aren't a huge hitbox, and some of them are pretty slow and probably very parryable. They're more so used just so you can get to those seven soul charges faster. But yeah, I do think he definitely has great anti-gank potential maybe with his zone attack. Especially when you're going to have to worry about those 7 charges coming out. And he definitely probably has some good gank potential as well. I don't know exactly what. I didn't really have a chance to lab anything out. But his timings are super slow, so I imagine it's going to take a little bit of trial and error before people actually figure it out. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this character so far. He's very, very powerful, it seems. I don't know how this is going to work out with the current meta. The 95 damage is a little ridiculous in my opinion, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Does this character look busted? But yeah, we'll be playing the new character live on Twitch and here on YouTube, probably all weekend. Hit me with a follow there, NorthernxRush. You know where to find me. And enjoy the new hero, guys. Have a great weekend.
You lost Zone C.